Hey guys, I'll do a little quick video, try not to run too long. Somebody asked if I could do a video of turning the stuff off and on with Home Assistant. So I've got those two converted ones we've done. They're still not in Home Assistant, so I figured it'd be a good time to try to show how to import those in there and then how to turn them off and on with Solar Assistant. So I've got everything piped in, wired in. I'm gonna do some screen share. Let's see if I can. If I can have more than one instance of it running. It don't look like I can. So let me try to move to another window. Okay, we can work with that. Alright, let me start the screen. Okay, this should be recording now. This is my version of Home Assistant, and I haven't figured out how to set up the automations and everything yet, so that's still a work in progress. But it's broken up into like the farm circuit breakers, and this is all the breakers right here that are on in this room, all those that are Wi-Fi controllable, and then it reads all the data from them as well, like total energy and phase voltage. It's actually a boatload of information. And then it reads from the inverter right here, and then this is the mining farm. So you can get it all on one page. We ain't got a good graphic yet. We got a little graphic, but it's not good. So we'll save that for a day when we get a good one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to stage 2 pump. And normally you just hit the slider like that. And you can hear the pump. You can see the water running over there through the lines. It's starting to, it'll have to get all the air out and everything. And then we've given them static IP addresses like I was talking about the other day. This is 217 and 218 in my scheme. Yours will be different, but whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the breaker, because I don't have any kind of Wi-Fi breakers for these yet. This is still too new in the scheme of things. But I'm going to turn them on. And they're going to spin up and let them register on the network and come on in there. And then I'm going to try to go through here and add them into Home Assistant. I'm just going to give them a minute to run because it takes a second for, I'll see if I can look on here and see if they're there. 201, where's my glasses? And there's 218. We ain't found 217 yet. Okay, there he is, 217 and 218. So they're on the network now, so I'm gonna minimize that. Now in Home Assistant, and I barely understand this, so you got to go over here and go to Settings. All right, and then Devices and Services. Okay, and this is all of the devices that you can import stuff from and to. And Homestead is the one that does the miners. So we click on that one, and then it brings you here to all your devices. Right now I have 12 devices, which is all of these guys behind me right here. There's 8 on the top and then 4 on the bottom. That's all 12 of those. So what we do is we go over to Add Entry. Okay, and it asks for the IP address. So we know this one is 192.168.11.217. Alright, now this min power and max power, I just leave them at default for the Antminer ones and the other ones, because it picks what it's going to do either way. It can only do what's in the firmware regardless of what this says. Now I believe 217 is running on the Vanish, but the other one's running on the Antminer. So submit, admin it, that stays the same. Okay, and this is 17, so that is our JPro. So I'm going to say S19 JPro, and then I'm going to put converted. Alright, now it's looking for it. See, okay, now it's created, so it found it, and then you have to assign it an area. I'm going to assign it to the mining farm, because you can tell it what screen you want it to be in. And then finish, and then there we go. Now you look on there and you can see it, and power configuration of board, it reads the temperatures, board 0, board 1, and board 2, and you see it's still in sleep mode. They're all 0 terahash. So if we go back now to over here, it should appear in our list right there, S19 JPro converted. Alright, so now we're going to do the same thing with the other one, 192, 168, 11, 218. Okay, and see, notice how this comes up different, because this is different firmware, and you got to have root and root in there, because that's the Antminer's firmware login credentials, and that's what this is, because it uses this to log into the miner. And then this is if you're going to SSH into it. I know what SSH is, but we're not going to be doing that. Okay, so make sure the password and everything is right for the miner, then submit. And see, it already pre-filled it out. It put S19 converted because it figured it's along the same thing. Okay, now it's looking. That means it found it. And we're going to give it an area, the mining farm, and then click finish. And then there's it. Okay. Notice that one right there says unknowns because it's missing that whole board. That's so you know, we've got some unknowns. Alright, so now we can go back to the mining farm and right there they are, S19 converted and S19J converted. Now here's how they show up different. You notice how this just shows up with a slider and all the other S19s just show up with a slider? That's because they're running the Vanish firmware, and it inherently knows how to operate those, and they work great. You notice how this has a power mode drop down below it, and then so does all the 21s, because that's how Antminer does it. So if you want to bring this one online, you just go over and hit the slider, and she'll start ramping up. Okay, and it takes it a minute to ramp up, but you can watch the amp draw on the PDU there, and you'll see how the amp draws at 3.3. Now it's starting to ramp up. 4, 4.1, 4.8, 4.9, and that's that miner coming online right now. It's starting to pull power. Okay, and that'll go all the way up to about 11 amps like we were looking at before. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and let that ramp up. We ain't got a ton of battery. And I'll show you how to do one of the Antminer ones. A lot of the times the slider don't work. It's like a crapshoot. If you use the slider, sometimes it works, but usually if you drop down in the power mode and click normal, that usually works. Because the Antminers, all they have is normal and sleep in their choices. So we'll go over here and open up a window to see him. $218 was the Antminer. Okay, that's the Antminer. So we're going to go over here to settings, and you see how now it is in normal. This is the only two choices you have. The newer firmware has low power, and I'm not sure what that is. I haven't played with it yet, but most of them just have normal and sleep. So if you click sleep and then click save, it'll put it to sleep. It'll shut off. It'll quit mining. If you set it to normal, then it goes back to mining. And I tried that power level that they have in here, and it either sleep or normal is all it is. Okay, and now you look at the end of the second one there, the Antminer firmware on it, and you see the red and green lights are on the end of it there because it's starting to come up. And now if you look at the PDU on the power output up there, now we're at 12 amps, and it'll 12.3, 12.7, and there we go. It's coming up online right now. So, and I think it pulls like 9 amps because it's only got 2 boards. So when they're completely fired up, we'll be at about 18 amps on there, and we're at 12.7. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shut the JPro off, and the sliders always work with the Vanish. You just click it and it's off. That's it. If you look over there now, all you see is the Antminer. Remember we were at like 12 something, 14 something a minute ago? All you see right now, that's just the Antminer. It pulls about 9 amps or so when it's missing a board. And I'm going to shut it down. If you want to watch the amp draw, I'm just going to go back into here under normal, and I'm going to click low. And it did actually update and turn it on there, which is different. It doesn't normally do that. And if we want to, go ahead and click it off. And if you want to turn them all off and on, you can click the main button at the top, and it turns all of them off. But see how that just is weird like that? I don't know. And now it goes back. See, it has trouble talking to the Antminers, but you see it's down to 1.5 amps. That's both of them at idle. So they're both asleep now. And that's, and you saw that update right there where it'll come back up and tell you what mode it's in. And that's about it for that. I've got to do some automations and try to get all these things to work with the sun and reading the sun. But the problem we're having is a lot of the stuff in there, it won't read power in the form of amps. It only reads it in the form of watts. And it's having trouble discerning the difference between power going into the batteries, power coming out of the batteries. It doesn't give negative numbers, it just sees positive because it's power. So I kind of see that. But Brad said we've got to do some reconfiguring in the Home Assistant itself to let it see those. But that's it for that. That's how you get them in there and spin them up and spin them down. So if you guys have any questions, just holler at me in the comments. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good evening.